What is up, guys? First of all, thank you so much for being here. So this is actually a video that I wanted to do my first week of YouTube, but I couldn't. It's just been a one wild ride, and I'm going to get into all that here in a minute. First of all, thank you so much. I've already said that. Jeez, golly, I'm redundant. Dang it. Anyway, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, whatever you got to do. I know I haven't made a video in the last couple weeks. It's just been crazy. I moved out to Vegas. This is my new digs that I'm in temporarily. I'm living with my uncle. I'm going to get into that in another video. I was debating doing that first, but I'm not going to. But it's actually really cold in Vegas right now. So let me get a sweater on and let me get to my new space real quick. What is up? Oh, that's a weird angle. What is up, guys? Let me real quick. Let me zoom this in a little. Let me do this real quick. So like I said earlier, man, this is a video that I have wanted to do for a long time. So I started YouTube. My first video was actually March of 2019. And today is February 28th. 2021. I was a freshman in college. So almost 2 years. I got my 1,000 subscribers like 4 weeks ago. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. First of all, I'm super excited about it. When I started YouTube, one of the first things is like, I didn't have any intention of becoming a vlogger. I remember my mom said, oh, vloggers make a ton of money. I was like, I didn't have any intention of it being a podcast. You know, on my podcast, it's all about who you know. I didn't have any of those intentions. The reason I started YouTube was because, I never thought about that. I didn't buy my own camera. The reason I started YouTube was because my parents got me a camera for my birthday, my 22nd birthday, and it was because it was a gift to them. And so I was just like, well, okay, I'll try it out. When I started YouTube, like I didn't know you could make money. I didn't know that was like a career thing. And now, granted, it's not a career for me yet. I am currently making money. I didn't know you could make money. I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't have any like vision of it. I mean, I had a personality and that was it. I didn't have any editing skills, any idea how to make a story or anything. So I learned everything on the fly. When I started YouTube, when I started my podcast, it was like, boom, like that. Like I need to do this. Like this is something I need to do. And I mean, I knew some people like Chael. My first podcast was with Chael Sonnen. Like one of my first podcasts after that was with Anthony Cassar. Like these are just interesting people that I either knew or wanted to know and wanted to talk to. And like with Anthony and like some of these other guys I did podcasts with, they were just Christians. Nobody ever asked them a question about their faith. And so I was like, well, shoot, I'll talk to them. Like I want to get in a long form conversation with these guys. And my buddy Michael Machiavello, like he was my second podcast. And that's basically all we talked about. So yeah, like I didn't have any vision. I just said, okay, let's go. I was super awkward, man. I brought the camera everywhere I went. Remember I went on a mission trip and I was like, I got to vlog every single day. And I mean, I got made fun of and I think it was awkward for some people, but I'm grateful for those opportunities. I'm grateful for those times because, you know, that's what like led to trial and error. You know, that's what led to me figuring it out. And that's what led to me eventually getting my 1,000 subscribers was this just, you know, let's just figure it out, man. I mean, I had teammates that were like, this is dumb. Why would he do this? And I just knew I had a personality and I was like, well, I'll just share it and see what happens. When it first started, I was, you know, in my senior year of wrestling and I was like, well, I mean, let's just share this last year, you know? And so some of those first videos was what I was sharing, what I was doing. That day in the life that I did of a college athlete was one of my first big videos. I was doing Uber rides at the time. That's, I think, still my most popular videos. Girls flirting with Uber driver. I think that's what it is. I've had some ups and downs. I didn't really I couldn't do YouTube as a career. I didn't know enough about editing or anything like that, marketing. And obviously, you know, when things aren't going very well or they don't seem to be going well, like it's a knock on your confidence. It makes you not want to do it. So there was times when I would take breaks, I would take spurts. Sometimes I would sometimes I would just not make videos because I had too much footage that I didn't want to deal with. So, I mean, after my first year, I only had like 500 subscribers or 400 some subscribers. Like, I did not have very many. It took me almost 2 years to get 1,000 subscribers and to start getting paid. I wish I knew what I know now. Like I probably would have got 1,000 subscribers. If I knew what I know now, I probably would have got 1,000 subscribers in my first week. But that's just some of the things that, you can't take back. Like, one of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started YouTube was I didn't ask people to subscribe. So some of my biggest videos, I didn't even say, hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button or make sure you're commenting. I didn't learn any of that. Some of the things I learned along the way is that, subscribing brings traffic to the channel. Liking brings traffic to the channel. Commenting brings traffic to the channel. Some of the stuff I'm learning now, like watching these YouTubers is, and some of the people that I'm watching is, a big thing they do is they will ask people to comment. When you comment, it shows the YouTube algorithm that there's engagement. It shows the YouTube algorithm that this is a channel that people are watching and engaging with, and then it's going to promote that channel even more. And with more views means more money, which obviously every creator wants. So that's some of the stuff I'm learning now. Like my buddy Chael, I'm pretty sure what he does in his channel, because he always messes up words and people's names and says things. I'm pretty sure he's just like, hey, if I say this instead of this, people will comment and try to correct me. It's super smart. I mean, I don't know necessarily if I want to do that, but it makes a lot of sense. But some of the biggest things that I did to get my first 1,000 subscribers, I remember one was a big one. When I posted my day in the life, I literally texted like 80 people. And I was like, hey, can you share this? Can you like it? Can you comment? And one of the things that kind of goes through your head as a creator when you send these texts is, like, you feel like you've asked that person 80 times when you only asked them once. So that would be one thing I would say if you're a creator, if you're doing, like, one of my tips is dispel that. I would post an Instagram post, so my day in the life, which was one of my more successful videos, I would post an Instagram post, and then I would just, say, hey, how you can watch it, how you can see it, whatever, and then I would tag a few people, and then I would go and individually say to my friends and whatever, I was like, hey, can you just go reshare this last Instagram post and like the video, comment on the video, whatever. And that would help it get traction. Another big thing that I would do, or that I did to get I remember one day I got like 200 or 300 subscribers, is I texted almost everybody in my contact list. And I was like, hey, can you go subscribe to my channel? This helps me a lot. And I remember one day I got like 200 some subscribers just from doing that. So that was a big one. Another thing that I did, which I feel bad about this because it would be very clickbaity, but I would do like giveaways, but they were like giveaways with like a twist, or not a twist, but with like a goal. So I remember the last one I did, I was like, hey, if you guys help me get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll do a PS5 giveaway. Well, I never got to the 5,000 subscribers, so I didn't have to give away the PS5. But I mean, I got like 100 or some subscribers during that. So I would do those. Another thing that I did was I would use other media sources. So I had the podcast, and every time I would do a podcast, I would have the guest share the podcast on their Instagram or something like that. I'd send them a picture and be like, hey, could you just go share this and tag me? But on those podcasts and the intros or whatever, I would have my YouTube channel. I'd be like, oh, go check out my YouTube channel. I just did a video about this or whatever. And I think that really helped bring some traction. The biggest thing that I did, honestly, was just try to get better at making videos. I would watch, some YouTubers, like Kylie Ross was a big one. She started doing the same thing I was doing when I was doing it. I would watch like how-tos. Catherine Manning was a big one. Sunny Lenarduzzi. I've got a bunch of vloggers and people that I watch that I really like and that I really take a lot of inspiration from. And I would just watch these guys over and over. I'd look at their transitions. I'd look at, okay, what are they saying? How are they telling the story? Dockery was another one, a guy that went to school with me. I actually texted him multiple times, talked with him, like trying to get some information. Basically, my thing was like I would try to assess and analyze, okay, how do I do this in iMovie? How do I do this? How do I share this? What are they doing here? And I would analyze scenes and assess transitions and like storytelling and try to really just get better at the craft that I was doing and try to be a good storyteller. That way I don't have to take the camera and get 18 hours of footage. I can get 50 minutes of footage and I could tell a story at the same time. So that was huge for me, is watching these YouTubers and even looking at movies and And Casey Neistat's a big one. I can't do what Casey can do, but I can take little bits and pieces of what Casey does and eventually get there over a period of time. One of the other biggest things that I did was my thumbnails. And my titles. I just started making things interesting. I started taking pictures from the internet. What I would do is I would type in the idea that I had for a YouTube video, and I would look and see, okay, what are some of the themes that these big YouTube videos are doing with their thumbnails? And I would try to not copy them, but take inspiration from them. I use Canva, by the way, if you want to make thumbnails. I've used Canva. I would text my buddy who's a graphic designer, and I'd be like, hey, can you make this thumbnail? So some of my other thumbnails I would have him do. The biggest thing with the thumbnail was to make it pop, was to make it interesting. I'd put a few words in the title. I'm not big enough yet for my channel to self-promote, so I need to promote it with the thumbnails. I'd use words like catchy things like day in the life, or girls flirting with the Uber driver were the big ones, or we had to flee Mexico was another one I just recently did. Like things like that catch people's eye, and then the picture would also be catchy. So like the last video I did was a paintball video, and the guy got shot right in the face, and I had a picture of it, so I just, and he's like pointing to it. So stuff like that like people look at and they're like, oh, that looks interesting. So they would click on that. And then with my titles, one of the things I started realizing is I started doing all caps because you want to captivate people. You want to bring people in. So my titles now have been, a title, like the actual title, what I want, and it would encompass the theme of the video, or something kind of clickbaity that would encompass the theme. And then you have 100 words in your titles. And so what I would do, and what I've been doing lately, which I've kind of been seeing a little bit of success with, is I would use that full 100 words. So instead of, like the last one that I did, we had to flee Mexico, or we had to get out of Mexico. And then I would put like little base like titles kind of describing, okay, what's going to be in this video. Another thing I did was tags. The tags are huge. If you don't have tags in your videos, with tags, you tag like certain things that will show, like you'd put a tag in, you'd tag the title, or you tag the theme like paintball, or day in the life of an athlete, and you put it in there. That way it creates more SEO, search engine optimization, and it would help you out. One thing that I found out, like some of my videos do, maybe not to get the most views, but to get views in the long run, because I'll look back and I'm like, oh, how'd they get that many views? Is you want your video to rank. So with TubeBuddy, it'll show like a little meter that says like 0 to 100, and 100 being good, like this will rank to the top, and then 0 being like, hey, you're gonna be at the bottom, like nobody's gonna see this video. So I was messaging people on Snapchat, I was, asking friends on Snapchat, making new friends on Snapchat, getting Facebook groups and Instagram, and I would just message people and say, hey, can you go subscribe? I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And generally people were pretty cool, it wasn't a big deal. And I saw a lot of growth with that in a short period of time. And a lot of people watch your videos too. So that was another thing that I did that I felt really helped me. But yeah, those are just some things I did. I'm sure I've done a lot more in the past. I'm sure, I'm going to figure out more things, but this is something I love doing. It's, something I want to make a career out of. I hope by the end of the year, I've got my goals set, and I hope by the end of the year I can reach those goals. So if you guys like this video, if it was informative, if it helped you in any way, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and also if you want me to do, another video on my analytics or something, go comment below. I do actually genuinely enjoy seeing the nice comments and helping people out. That's the main reason that I've done this channel, is to help people, is to use what knowledge I have, what influence I have, because I still, I'm doing some things right now, fighting obviously, I'm doing podcasting, I'm doing YouTubing, but I don't know where those are going to lead. I don't know if those are going to stay their own thing. I don't know what's going to happen with YouTube, with big tech, with everything, with the censorship and all this stuff that's going on. So, it's just an opportunity right now for me to share my influence and my voice and my opinion. Doesn't mean it's gospel, doesn't mean it's fact, but it's an opportunity to impact people with what I have. So whenever I do get positive feedback and even negative feedback, I'll have people on my podcast that don't agree with me. They just generally don't want to be on the podcast. If you guys found any value in this, let me know in the comment section. shoot me a DM or something on Instagram. Let me know. And let's keep it going. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys were some of my first, you guys are the first 1,000. A lot of you guys are the first 1,000. So thank you. It's just been an amazing ride. It's been an amazing journey. It has led me to so many amazing places. I've been able to go on so many trips and talk to so many amazing people because of my family giving me a camera when I was 22 years old. So thank you guys so much. This is one of many milestones. At the end of the year, I want to be doing the 100,000 march. So if you could please help out with that, that would be amazing. But I love you guys. I appreciate all of you. I hope you found some value out of this video. I hope you find some value out of this channel. If there's anything you think that can make my channel better, let me know. If there's anything you want to see, I moved to Vegas recently. If there's anything you want to see besides the strip clubs, let me know. I'm open, man. So God bless you guys. Have an amazing day. Peace.